So here we have the patch 3.14 rundown for League of Legends, and this is a pretty big patch. They introduced Emerald in this patch, which is going to be a rank between Platinum and Diamond, and basically, I'm pretty sure that's just to basically make Diamond competitive again, because it's kind of become like a... Leagues basically become, hey, if you play 1,000 games, you'll get Diamond. You know, which is like not really the point of the game, so, you know. Also, ranked was reset today, so, yeah, let's get right into it. So, like I mentioned, mid-season ranked was reset today. There's this weird thing about MMR that I don't really understand, but I'm pretty sure it was like, if you're Diamond and you have Masters MMR, you could duo with Master players. So they kind of wanted to remove that to prevent people from getting into Master easier. There's going to be a new game mode called Arena, which is the 2v2 mode, which is pretty awesome. And then they're going to have Tournament of Souls, which is like, I want to say like a fighting game. So that's pretty awesome. Nefiri's coming out, so this is the new jungler coming out. Don't know anything about him. Maybe I'll do a different video with him. Waiting to see on that. Aatrox, Q damage increase, minion damage modifier increase. Aatrox hasn't been on his A game since the end of last year. Very true. His last nerfs really gutted him. Aatrox struggles in lane against tanks currently, which are kind of like... So like Aatrox's thing was like, he would beat the tanks in the laning phase and then get outscaled by them. Which was like okay, because like it would take forever for that to happen, right? Anyways, Q, the Darkened Blade, first cast damage. So Aatrox's first Q, the longer one, the damage is getting increased. Also, the AD ratio is getting increased at later ranks, so he'll have better wave clear, especially with the minion damage modifier. So his wave clear is going up. So he gets to push out the lane more. You won't really feel this until level 11, so you'd have Black Cleaver or whatever mythic you rush on Aatrox by then, or Ravenous. So this is a pretty good buff for Aatrox, you know, not too big, not too small. Diana, W shield strength increase, damage per orb increase, E magic damage increase. So they're trying to buff Diana without bringing tank Diana jungle back. And I don't know about buffing her shield because it's already pretty strong. But buffing her damage is okay because she's an assassin and she insta-kills anything anyway. I feel like this is more for wave clear so that you can roam more from mid or clear the jungle faster. One of those. Hecarim, finally getting nerfed. Tired of seeing this champion in solo queue. W bonus armor and MR decreased. Hecarim has been doing great in solo queue, a little too great. Yep. Ever since they added Duskblade, Hecarim's been a nightmare to deal with. So W Spirit of Dread bonus armor and MR going from 15 to 35 to 5 to 25. So this definitely means that Hecarim is weaker early game in the early game 2v2 skirmishes. I would say this doesn't affect him too much, except in early game, because you max this ability last, right? So you're only getting 5 armor and MR. Actually, no, this is a pretty big change then, so he can't be tanky while one-shotting. That's actually a pretty decent change. Jax, E cooldown increased, R mana cost increased. Okay. This is good, nerfing Jax's Counter-Strike cooldown. The problem is, it doesn't matter because it's only 1 second. By the time that Jax has fully maxed out E, he's level 13 with Divine Sunder and Spear of Sojin, so it doesn't actually matter. This matters, the 50 to 100 mana cost. Yeah, this is great, because Jax's balance before was that he would run out of mana before killing tanks. That was kind of like his, I guess that's like their intentional kind of like, okay, this guy's tanked you long enough, you've ran out of mana. I will say the Counter-Strike thing, kind of big in lane. 15 seconds instead of 14. There's plenty of champions that come to mind with this, like Volibear. Volibear's Q has now a 1 second uptime against Counter-Strike. Darius pull. Darius still isn't going to get 2 pulls off with 2 Counter-Strikes, but that's whatever. But yeah, champions like Camille. This is good for Camille. Karthus, Q base damage decreased, damage to monsters increased, E mana restoration decreased. Okay. Karthus is being picked as an ADC right now, so what they're trying to do is put him back in the jungle, which I'm okay with, because, yeah, I don't really see this champ that much. He's not super popular. But yeah, just buffing his clear in jungle, that's fine. Kindred! Alright, this champion definitely needs nerfs. Base health increase, base armor increased. Okay. Q base damage decrease, cooldown increase. Alright, so getting 30 health at level 1, that's kind of big. That's an auto attack. And that's a half auto attack, I want to say. Base armor going up by 3. Yeah, that's decent. I mean, 29 armor is on the higher end for junglers, I'm pretty sure. I think Shaco has 34. And he has one of the high armor base armors in the game for a jungler. Q, Dance of Arrows, physical damage going from 50 to 150 to 40 to 140. Still keeping the bonus AD ratio, so Triforce will still be an option on Kindred, as well as, Gale Force and stuff. Cooldown going from 8 to 9 seconds. I don't know how this works with her W, because her W kind of puts her Q on a 2-second cooldown, so this is more of a clear nerf than a skirmish nerf, in my opinion. Lysandra, quality of life changes added. Q will now slow all enemies hit. R heal increased. Damage and slow application increased. Okay, so the thing with Lysandra is she's not... Her passive's pretty buggy. Okay, so right here. You can't hide. Thralls will now follow enemies into brush. Yeah, that was like a big counter to Lysandra. If she killed anybody, you could just walk into a brush and... the Thrall would, forget you were there. Thralls are revealed to enemies through Fog of War. Ooh, okay, that's... I mean... okay? I guess that's useful. Ooh, Thralls will continue to chase down their targets until they explode. Ooh, okay. Q, Ice Shard, slow application. Q will not slow all enemies. Q will cast from position post-cast rather than pre-cast. Okay, so she doesn't have to stand still, throw the Q out, and then move. She can throw the Q out and then move right after. R, Frozen Tomb, heal amount. So the heal's going up on her ult. I think that's fine. She doesn't buy Rod anymore. She hasn't bought Rod in 5 years, so this is good. Damage and slow application, 4 times per second, 16 times per second. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Dash interactions, updated logic slightly around stopping dashes. Does this mean that this is a ground now? Huh, okay. Milio, this champ definitely needs to be nerfed. Passive burn damage decreased, E bonus, movement speed decreased. Passive, fired up. Burn damage is going from 25 to 80 to 15 to 50. Wow, that's a big damage nerf. E, warm hugs. Bonus move speed 15 to 25% to 12 to 20%. So you just lose celerity off this. This is fine. Yeah, the champion being able to spam this ability, though, was really annoying because you would get 25% move speed, then he would throw his W out, and then you would get another 25% move speed, so this is a good nerf. W, Rek'Sai, W, Unburrow, base damage decrease, E damage decrease. Oh, they're nerfing Rek'Sai, okay. Unburrow going from 55 to 115 to 50 to 110. Well, you max this ability last. So 5 damage. I mean, 5 damage matters, but not as much as you would think. E, Furious Bite, physical damage. So this doesn't affect the true damage on her E though. But it's going from 55 to 75 to 5 to 25. Wow, that's a huge nerf. And a 15% bonus. Oh, and this is total AD now. So, are they trying to recommend Assassin Rek'Sai? Instead of, like, kind of like a Bruiser Rek'Sai? Okay. Rel, this champion definitely needs to be nerfed. I don't know why there's a mention of Rel Jungle in this patch note breakdown. I have never seen it. It's never going to be a thing. This champion has too much CC. Base armor decreased, passive armor and magic resist steel decreased. Okay, that's good. Base armor is going down from 39 to 36. That's fine. Armor and magic resist steel 3 to 2%. I don't think that matters too much. Oh, this matters though. Maximum armor and MR steel going from 15% to 10%. Yeah, that's pretty big. That's if you get like a 5-man, right? That's pretty big. Rengar, this champion needs nerfs as well. Base health regeneration decreased. Q critical strike damage conversion decreased. Okay. Health regen per 5, 7 to 6. So, just means he's going to be less healthy and is clear. That's fine. Critical strike damage conversion 95% to 75%. So this isn't going to kill crit Rengar, but it's definitely going to be a hit. So people might opt into more lethality builds, maybe with just Essence Reaver, I would imagine. Instead of going like IE, you'd probably go like Ghost Blade or Dusk Blade or any other lethality item. I'm pretty sure those are the only lethality mythics though, so this definitely makes Youmuu's and Duskblade more desirable for Rengar. Shaco, QAD scaling increase, backstab damage increase, bug fixes. So they're buffing the AD on Shaco, which is good, because I think his best build right now is AP. Q, deceive bonus physical damage 25 to 65, now to 25 to 65, but a plus 10% bonus AD ratio. Backstab bonus crit damage 40 to 55%. Wow, that's huge. Okay. So this makes Static Shiv on Shaco look more like a ooh item instead of a oh man, it sounds so nice to build, but Leandry's is so much better. R, hallucinate. Prowler's Claw bug fix. Prowler's Claw passive will now properly be applied to Shaco's clone. Ooh, that's a good damage. Well, that's a good damage fix. Bug fixes. Shaco boxes will no longer instantly die to Hextech Dragon. And Zeri's Q bullets will now deal the correct amount of damage to Shaco boxes. Totally fine. Good bug fixes. Shyvana, QAD scaling increased, attack speed increase added, cooldown increased, E now additionally scales a bonus AD. I feel like they don't know what to do with Shyvana until they rework her. Because before, it was like, alright, fuck it. We're not gonna do AD Shyvana, we're just gonna make her AP, we're gonna give an AP ratio to her W, and that's how she's gonna play out. Now they're adding AD ratios. I'm guessing there was some Shyvana players crying on Reddit. I don't know. This seems like a weird change. I feel like the champion was fine. But I don't think this changes too much, except in games where like you have AP top, AP mid, and you're like a one trick, and you play Shyvana only. Now you can build her AD again. Q, Twin Bite, bonus physical damage 20 to 80%, plus 25 AP to 20 to 100% AD. So they're adding a 20% AD increase, new attack speed increase. Shyvana's next two attacks have increased attack speed. Ooh, okay, and the cooldown's going up 1 second. That's fine, because you have to remember, with the increased attack speed, the cooldown's basically the same. Because her Q cooldown goes down as you hit things. E, Flame Breath, bonus magic damage on hit versus marked targets. So it's only the on-hit damage, so you would still max this ability first, even if you want AD. 3% of the target's maximum health, to 3% of the target's maximum health, 1% per 100 bonus AD. This was total AD. I feel like this would be very good. Bonus? Like, how many damage items are you buying on Shyvana? Probably 2 or 3 if you're really fed. Like Titanic, Bork, Wit's End, and then you probably go tank. Like, you might go Triforce, you might go Iceborne, so this is a decent change, I like it. Volibear! Champion's kind of in the middle right now, which is really good for his balance state, because it's really been since he's gotten reworked, he's OP or he's useless. So, passive AP scaling increased, Q quality of life change, W heal increased. Alright. Q, passive, the Relentless Storm. Lightning Claws magic damage, 11 to 60, 40% AP to 50% AP. So, this just helps you early game with your wave clear. Also, this incentivizes AP Volibear more, which is already a viable build. Q, Thundering Smash, quality of life update. Remove the hitch in Volibear's auto attacks, ever stunning at high attack speeds. Yes, this was so annoying on Volibear. Once you got Nashers, and then like, I think like if people were going Ginsu, like when Ginsu's got reworked and people were trying that, they were trying out the build and you would stand still after your Q, and it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Anyways, W, Frenzy Maw, heal 20 to 80. From 8 to 16% missing health to 20 to 80, 8 to 20% missing health. The problem with this is, if you play Volibear in lane, I feel like you kind of have to max Q, or put 3 points in it, and then max this ability. Which is okay, because you max it second. That's a bigger heal. This incentivizes Tank Volibear, Grass Volibear. Very good change overall. Hopefully the champion's like a little bit better after this. We'll see if maybe a 1 to 2% increase in win rate. Xerath, base mana decrease, passive cooldown increase, now reduce cooldown upon killing a unit. Now procs with turrets, our number of casts increased, damage decrease, now deals additional damage with successful bolts upon hitting a champion. So they're trying to remove Xerath from support, I think. That's kind of what it looks like here. Base stats, mana going down. Oh, boy, 59 mana. So he's losing a Q in lane. Okay. Passive mana surge going from 12 to 16. Mana surge's cooldown is now reduced by 2 seconds upon killing a unit. Okay, so is it if Xerath kills a unit or if the passive kills the unit? That's kind of important. Hitting turrets will now proc mana surge, so this is incentivizing Xerath players to not sit back all the time. They're still going to do it anyway. R, Rite of the Arcane. Number of casts going from 3 to 5 to 4 to 6. Okay. Base damage going down from 250 to 300 to 180 to 280. And losing a 5% AP ratio, that's fine. If a champion is hit with a bolt, successful bolts will deal an additional. So if you hit somebody with your ult, it'll deal the same amount of damage as the old ult on the next one. Ooh, okay, note, this applies to any number of champions hit with a bolt, so whether you hit 1 or 5, you will only receive up to 1 stack per cast. Okay, that's fair. Zyra, several quality of life updates to Zyra's abilities. I'm pretty sure I saw a video today with Nidhogg talking about doing Zyra jungle, so maybe that's what this is. Passive, Garden of Thorns, plant damage from AoE spells 4 to 3, plant damage from ranged auto attacks 4 to 5, plant damage to monsters 150% damage to non-epic, 40 to 100 bonus magic damage to all monsters. Huh, okay. So she should have a pretty good clear after this. Because you have to remember, like this ranged auto attacks going up, that's pretty big for 40 damage. Getting hit up to 5, that's 200 damage. That's quite a lot at level 1. W, rampant growth. Seeds on first rank up 1 to 2. Okay. So now she gets 2 seeds instead of 1. Okay. Grasping Roots, Flash interaction. E no longer locks Zyra out of using Flash during the cast time, so you can E-Flash now. That's kind of cool. R, Strangle Thorns, damage application cadence 4 times per second to 16 times per second. So they're giving her the same thing they gave Lysandra up there. Casting logic. Zyra walked to the position of which her R was cast. Zyra will immediately cast her R at its max range. Okay, so more skill expression. Items. So some items have been reworked. I did see that. Axiom Arc. Ultimate cooldown refunded 20% of cooldown to 5% plus 40% of total lethality. Note, this will be a buff at Mythic item plus Axiom Arc, scaling up to 40% at full build. Okay, so this makes Axiom Arc more of a less of a niche item for like Nocturne and like Zedd, I guess, and more of a hey, this is a core part of your build. Like build this third or second. That's kind of nice. Seeing some diversity. Gale Force is way too strong right now. Cooldown going from 1.5 to 2 minutes. Very good. Good change. Awesome. Infinity Edge. Damage getting nerfed by 5. Critical strike damage going up by 10%. So nobody I have seen though rushes Infinity Edge. They always buy Stormrazor or Shiv and then they buy this. Prowler's Claw. After its rework, Prowler's Claw is still a bit weak. Lethality going up by 3. So this kind of buffs this item as well, because it scales off total lethality. So getting plus 3 lethality might not seem a lot, but combined with Axiom Arc, I think that's pretty big. Randuin's Omen. This item is very strange to buy, because it doesn't give enough health. So I could think of a few. Darius comes to mind immediately. Champions like Nasus even can build this. This is a nice change. Olaf, Trinity Force. So I know that this is a nerf for range. So top lane getting nerfed for ADCs using their item, basically. Attack speed 35% to 33. Attack damage per stack 4 to 3%. Plus 3%. Okay, so the damage is getting buffed. And the maximum 3-fold strike stacks going from 5 to 3. Wow, okay, that's huge. Like, losing 2% damage to get this to 3 attacks to ramp up, that's pretty huge. Summoner spells Ghost. Oh, I love this change. Duration going from 10 seconds to 15. Makes it very good in lane. Makes it a very viable alternative to Ignite. Remove duration upon takedowns. Ghost no longer extends its duration by 4 to 7 seconds upon getting a takedown. Totally fine with that change. Makes your team fighting worse to compensate for early game. Totally okay with that. Jungle buff adjustments. Okay, this patch we're taking a swing at early jungle gank power. It's important that junglers exist and are threatening, so the laners have to keep an eye out. As some extra content for top laners, we don't have great immediate solutions for directly changing top lane to make the experience better, but it's something we want to incrementally work towards improving. Nudging down early game gank success, as many junglers place that first gank top lane, is one of the small steps. Alright, that's decent. Burn true damage on Crest of Cinder, so this is the red smite, 10 to 78 to 10 to 75. Melee slow, 10 to 20, 5 to 20. Okay, so junglers have a reason to reach level 16 with this. Range slow, unchanged. Okay. Custom insight, ability haste, 10 to 5 to 20. Okay. Good buff for Echo here. Good buff for Kha'Zix. Good buff for Bel'Veth if she goes this. ARAM adjustments, I'm not going to talk about these because I don't play ARAM, and Clash is getting a new theme, so that's kind of cool. Mythic Shop Rotation, now available. Prestige Valiant Sword Ribbon. Fiora, Soraka, Lee Sin. Mythic Chroma Dunkmaster Darius, that's kind of cool. Mythic Chroma Final Boss Vhagar. Okay, that's nice. Okay, this is about Arena, and I don't play it. I've heard it's fun. Okay, bug fixes. Let's see. Fix the bug where Yorick schools leaping attacks after hitting his E and his maiden's basic attacks on it. So this is a bug, and this is why Yorick players were rushing Ravenous Hydra, because Maiden would apply Lifesteal, and it was super broken. Let's see. Fix the bug where items W on hit with proc on structures. Fine. Fixed a bug where Samira could recast her Q while it was on cooldown when using it immediately after her passive attack. Okay. This bug doesn't matter, but it was annoying. Fixed a bug where Jackshaw would gain Voidborn resilience stacks while the user was dead. Yeah. Fixed the bug that was causing Rage Knife to disable Yasuo and Yone's passives. Who's buying Rage Blade on Yasuo and Yone? I did not know this was a thing. Fixed a bug that was causing Samira's taunt to not grant her a style point upon hitting an enemy. Okay. Fixed a bug that was causing Rek'Sai's R to not activate Sheen. Fix a bug that's sometimes causing Silas's E2 to launch in an unintended direction. This champion needs to get nerfed soon. Any other bugs? Skin bug fixes. Elementalist Lux. Yeah, this skin's been buggy since release, and this is nice. Dunkmaster Darius's Attack 2 animation was using his classics. Oh my god, yeah, this was an annoying thing. Because in the Dunkmaster skin, he's hitting you with a basketball court, right? So it makes like a. It sounds like, wood hitting instead of steel hitting instead of an axe. So, not a big thing, but whatever. And here's the moment you guys all been waiting for, the new skins for this patch, Soul Fighter set. That's pretty nice, honestly. Yeah, that's pretty nice skin. Soul Fighter Samira. Soul Fighter Lux. Alright, Lux getting another skin. Let's go, Riot. Soul Fighter Nefiri. Nice, I guess. Soul Fighter Pike. I assume the animations are going to be lit. Prestige, Soul Fighter Pike. Star Guardian Senna?